Okay, it's recording. Hey, Mary, Brenda, Fern, Krista. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Krista. And Melissa. Melissa's back in town. You've been gone for a while. And Karen's on now. Awesome. All right, gang. Any requests? Any requests for tonight? You know, I was thinking maybe some shoulders. And then, of course, I'll throw in a bunch of other things. Brenda, did you write shoulders before I said shoulders? That's really weird. Okay, shoulders, good. Oh, good, okay. We're on the same track here. All right, so I am recording and it is 5:29. We are going to start on our backs tonight. So if you want to, get onto your back and come into a nice spread out shavasana, that would work well. I'm just going to stay on here okay, it's 5:30. Let's begin. Everything going, we're recording, good, good, good. All right, so on our backs. In Shavasana. All right, make sure your arms are really out to the sides and your legs are open, feet are toed to the outside, palms are up. And just take some breaths here, coming inside your body. So, we all live in our own world, right? We each are kind of our own universe. And we never really know what it's like to be in another person's universe, in another person's mind and body and soul. We just don't know, right? So there's this tendency that we have as humans to look around and be like, oh, they probably have it so much easier than I do, or look at that, blah, 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 blah. Or, even if it's just moments where we feel insecure, or maybe it's all the time, we're really, who knows, right? So all we can do is take care of ourselves and our own universe within. So just feel your personal universe, feel your breath, your body. Feel your mind begin to release. And remember, the mind body is not only the thinking part of the mind, but the feeling part of the mind. In yoga, the mind body is thoughts and feelings. Like even today, I know I usually don't bring in personal stuff unless it's kind of, not a big deal. But this was kind of a big deal, okay? So I was playing pickleball. And you have to stack your rackets, right? So it kind of goes, whoever stacks a racket first gets to be, first in terms of going out with the next three, because there's four. Well, I stacked my racket. I was the only one. Then four people came off the court and they just looked at mine. They said, let's go out and play again. There's not enough. Well, really, I should have went with three of them. Okay. Not a big deal, right? But it triggered something in me that was old and deep. And it kind of brought up an insecurity, like a child, like if you don't get picked, right, on a team. Or if you're in junior high and you're not popular, which I wasn't. Right? There was this thing like, being rejected, being left out. And then I went to this place of being like feeling lesser than and poor me. And it took me about a half hour to shake out of it, but I felt it, right? I mean, that was within my universe. But then I made a choice and I said, hey, Laura, you know better than that. Everyone's doing their own thing. Don't take it personally. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, who knows what people's motives are, people's intentions. Sometimes people are just a bit insensitive because they get wrapped up in what they're doing, like in this case. I believe that's what it was, because they really weren't better players than I am, by the way. All right, so that's my little story. Okay, so I just feel like yoga helps me in situations like that and bigger ones too, but even those little ones, right? You are your universe. Take care of that universe. It's precious. Don't be hard on yourself. So here we go. Arms overhead. Give yourself a nice big stretch right here. Oh, yeah. Now bring the arms down and up to the ceiling. I should say intertwine the fingers, right knee to the chest. Get a hold of that shin. Press that thigh deeply into your right belly. Chin to the chest. Now squeeze those elbows in. Push those shoulders away from your ears and breathe. Feel it. Straighten that leg up. Take the back of the leg this time, bend the elbows to the side this time, and draw the top of that right thigh towards your right torso. Getting those hamstring muscles, right? The ones in back of the thigh, feel it at the knee, all the way up to the hip. Release that leg to the ground, bend the left knee to the chest. Grab a hold of that shin, press it down. Take the elbows in, shoulders away from the ears, chin to the chest, breathe here. All right, straighten that leg, get a hold of the back of it, elbows bent to the sides, bring that leg in toward you. There they are, the left hamstrings. So in yoga, in hatha yoga, which is any form of physical yoga like we're doing now, shavasana is different, but everything up to shavasana, we're using our awareness, keying into the feelings of our body, releasing our body in order to release our mind body. All right, release that leg to the ground. Bring the arms up to the ceiling. Press your entire upper back down to the ground. So keep the arms apart. They're more than shoulder width apart. Now really press down into the wing bones and into the shoulders. Now turn the palms away from one another. Take the arms out to the sides. Make sure those arms are a little lower than the shoulders. And then really press the hands into the ground while you press your shoulders down toward the ground. Going to feel the shoulders, maybe even the upper arms light up, maybe even some of the lower arms. Press, press, press. Now flip the palms up and bring them up to the ceiling. Bring the arms overhead. All right. Now bring the arms up to the ceiling and bring the right leg up to the ceiling. Flex the heel, open the toes. Bring the heel down, bring the arms overhead. Bring the left leg up, keep it straight, flex the heel, spread the toes, bring it back down. Right leg, this time get a hold of that leg. It's not all the way up to the ceiling, but close. You know, in other words, it's not a right angle to the ground, it's close, but the arms are nice and straight. So you can get the thigh That would probably be better, the thigh, then the leg will be lower for you. Now flex both heels, lift the left one off the ground, push out through that left heel, pull the navel down. Now bend your elbows out to the sides and bring your body up towards your thigh. Switch legs. Now I'm looking up at my toes, switch, because that keeps the back of my neck as relaxed as I can get it. Switch. So you just put your head in a position where the neck feels okay. Switch. Now bring both legs up to the ceiling. Take your hands behind your head, elbows out to the sides. Flex the heels. Open the legs into a nice wide V. Keep the heels super flexed and begin to circle. Yeah, make little circles. Reverse the circles. Keep going. All right. Now bring the legs a little closer. I'm gonna turn down this shade. I think you'll see me better. Yeah, and put the light on. That's gonna be a little better. All right. Okay, so bigger circles with the legs closer together. Yeah, I think that's, yes, that's better. Okay, now bring the legs together. Separate them about hip distance, bend the knees. We've got our hands behind our head, right? So give yourself a nice pose, reverse table pose. Lift your face up to the ceiling and pulse. Remember, you're going to exhale at the top because that's the toughest part. That's when the upper abdominals are contracting. So you exhale and then inhale on the way down. Now bring your knees to your chest, straighten your legs away from you. Knees to the chest, straighten, bend, straighten, and straighten. Nice. Bend, straighten. Bring the right knee in, send the left leg away from you. Lift your torso, turn it toward the bent knee. Now pulse to the right side. Good strong exhales, everyone. Pulse. Switch legs, pulse to the other side. Now a bicycle, one, and then the other side. So one leg at a time here, no pulsing. Push out through that heel, push out. Lift the torso and turn it. Lift and turn, lift and turn. And straighten the legs, bring it into the chest. Both legs go out, into the chest. What we were doing before. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, and hold. Pulse it at the top here. Pulse, pulse. Feel the squeeze, upper and lower. Nice crunch, crunch. Keep that nice big orange between your chin and your chest. Don't put your chin all the way down to the chest. Keep the neck nice and neutral with the rest of the spine. Hold it for 5, 4, squeeze as much as you can, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet down, open the arms into a T position, chin to the chest, bring the knees up again, glue the legs together. We're going to go side to side. So don't let the legs touch the ground, get as close as you can. Okay, now if it bothers your lower back, it means you're getting too close to the ground. And then you want to stay up a bit, a little farther away. All right, notice that nice movement across the lower back, little massage here. All right, let the legs fall to the right side next time they're there. Nice, nice, nice. Make this totally passive. So drop the weight of your legs into the ground. If you can't get them, maybe take them down or put a pillow under them. And then notice if you're pressing into the right arm, right shoulder, release that. Now give the pose some deep breath. So early in your practice, but could you already feel how these physical body movements affect the mind? How about this? Every time you exhale, soften your forehead. How nice is that? Draw your navel back, squeeze your legs together, bring them back to center. Okay, rock your hips side to side, walk them toward the bottom of your mat. Nice straight spine again, T position, knees to the chest. We're going to go side to side, just a few more. Now, next time the legs come to the left, drop them. After the legs have dropped, establish this feeling of passiveness, of not doing anything, just allowing your body to take this shape and letting everything soften around the shape, right? So your skeleton, your bones make the shape, right? Muscles too, of course, but generally that's the base part of the architecture. And then everything else, muscles, ligaments, fascia, they all soften up around the body, the bones. Now find your breath and make it deep. And with your exhales, if you want to, bring a very deep release into both eyeballs. So every time you exhale, drop your eyeballs more deeply into their sockets. Draw your navel back, squeeze your legs together, bring them back to center here. Cross at the ankles, feet flick up to the ceiling and down, up and down. Okay, so I'm rolling on my spine, but I stop before my feet hit the ground and I draw my belly back. Okay, so you put on the brakes using your core, abdominals, right? All right, and then all the way up. Okay, coming, let's see, into table pose. All right, middle finger, follow it to the top of your mat. And should be seeing two T's with that. Top of the mat, line drawn from your two middle fingers. Fingers are nice and spread apart. Push into the hands. Press into the toenails and the tops of the toes. Press, press, press. Use the muscles of your feet here. We're not used to using those muscles, right? Press. Now curl your toes and press into your toe pads a lot. Curl your toes some more. Walk your toes kind of forward a little bit while they're curled. Press down more deeply, more deeply. Now lift your belly and press into your hands. Nice. Round your tailbone and press your tailbone all the way back towards your heels. Okay, drop your head between your biceps. Press your hands forward as if you can move them, but they're stuck in your mat. And at the same time, draw your navel back. And come back up to table, release the toes. All right, right arm comes up. We're going to thread the needle. Right hand behind the left wrist. Hand is up. Drop down into that right shoulder. And then you can put the left hand wherever you want, or you can have it going straight up to the ceiling with the palm tipped as if you're catching raindrops. Or you can even put a bind in here with that left arm. All sorts of possibilities. Wherever you are, though, drop into that right shoulder, that right wing bone. Release your left palm into the mat. Lift up, come back into table pose, reposition the hands. All right. Cat and cow here. So begin with cow, elbows come back, belly drops, hips come up, chest, send it forward between your arms, lift from the crown of your head. Now really press into the hands, use your arms. When you press into the hands, you use those arm muscles. Okay, now curl your tail, round it to your belly button, drop your head, make a nice C curve with your spine to the ceiling. Oh, let's get the neck while we're here. Now listen. Notice those two arms, right? On either side of your head. Press into the hand to make those two arms like these really strong posts that your head is hanging between. Now soften the head, but keep the arms strong. Now turn your head gently from right to left as if you're nodding, as if you're shaking your head no. Real soft here. Let the head dangle while you do this. Muscles in the neck are soft. Now bring it back to center. Now just lift the head slightly to look up toward the top of your mat, and then bring the chin to the chest to look at the back of your neck, and just do this little nodding of the head. Now look straight down. Left arm comes up. Ready? Thread the needle. Left arm. Draw it through. Drop into your left shoulder. Come on down. And then again, right arm options, up to the ceiling or a bind. Really drop into that shoulder. Let the muscles relax. Let them get used to being this position. Wait for them to stop guarding. Just melt into it. Right palm into your mat. Lift yourself up here and come back into table pose. All right, going just between cat and cow just to warm up the spine a little bit more at your own pace. But be aware of everything that you can. Hands, tops of the toes, that spine flexing. Nice. Now walk your knees back and come onto your belly with the arms extended out to the sides, palms down. So your head, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to pick it up just so I don't lose reception. Your head is either looking down at the ground or forehead touching the ground, whatever you're more relaxed with your neck. Probably forehead touching the ground. Yeah. Now bend your right arm, place your right palm to the edge of your mat. Push into that hand to roll to your left and over that left shoulder and bring the right leg back into the ground behind you. Now you can rearrange that right hand wherever it's comfortable. You can even put it at the side of your body. Now, give your body a while to get used to being in this pose. Notice the muscles in the left shoulder, getting this enormous stretch. It's even possibly moving down into the upper arm. Close your eyes, breathe into it, feel it. Okay, right palm into the ground. If it's not, roll back to center. Extend that right arm, palm is down, bend the left arm and roll. Now listen, make sure that right arm isn't higher than the shoulder, right? It's shoulder or slightly lower. Now roll into the right shoulder, let the left foot come over because the body's twisted. And then just put that left hand and arm anywhere where you can just kind of not pay attention to it. Make it so relaxed that it's not part of the picture. Now, all awareness to that left shoulder and where you're feeling it. Now roll it back to center. All right. Okay, now roll to the left and bring your right arm under you with the palm down at midline, the midline of your mat. Now roll to the other side, bring the left arm under you, roll back to center. Okay, I'm going to take this off just in case you can't hear me. Roll back to center. So basically, you want to have the pinkies close to each other or even touching, and you can spread the fingers apart. Now, press your hips down into your arms. We're releasing the elbows here. Press your hands into the ground and lift your right leg. Make that leg really long, push out through the heel, but don't flex it. Okay, you want the leg to just be this long, heavy thing that the hip is lifting. So don't activate the right leg. Now release it. Take a few nice big breaths here. Compression for the elbows if you're not feeling it yet. Now lift the left leg, using the hip. The leg stays relaxed. And then just kind of make the leg long. Grow it from the hip to the heel. And release. And then release your arms from under you. Flip your palms up. Bend the elbows and just feel that nice warmth you've created in the elbows. I felt like since we were at the shoulders, we might as well go down a little and get to the elbows. Okay, now palms on either side of your mat, lift it up and bring it to seated pose. All right. Ooh, I already feel my shoulders. Nice. Okay. I'm going to tell you something about the shoulders. You always want your shoulders to be stacked over your hips. If you're walking, if you're sitting, if you're in this pose, check it out. Are your shoulders over your hips? If you're a little forward and they're a little in front of the hips, it throws a lot of stuff off. Same with when you're walking. And then most people come forward, not back, because that's just, too off balance. But try to get your shoulders over your hips and relax them. Bring the arms out to the side. Turn your palms backward behind you. Take them back here. Push your wing bones together. Press them together. And now come forward, pressing the palms up toward the ceiling as you do. Look down at the ground and begin to pump your palms, little pumping, little pulsing toward the ceiling. They're not that high. I just moved sideways if you want to see. And release. All right. Bring the right arm out, left fingertips to the ground. Roll that right palm back, pinky forward. More. Come on, really rotate that upper arm bone until you feel the tricep, which is going to be facing your ceiling right now. Then bring it back, all the way back. Bend your elbow. All right. And drop your right shoulder. Now lift your left arm. Take it behind you and twist your belly button to the left. Left fingertips touch the ground, but just keep that right bind, just because I want to work the shoulder here. Now listen up. You're going to release that right arm, swing it in front of you, take a hold of the left thigh, bring that right elbow close to you, push into the thigh to twist some more. Keep the belly pulled back. You'll get more twist. And release this whole thing. Right fingertips into the ground. Are your shoulders over your hips? All right. Left arm comes out. Turn that palm back and that pinky forward. Come on, rotate more. Keep the shoulder down, but rotate more. Nice. Keep that rotation. Bring the arm back. Bend the elbow. Give yourself a bind. Walk that hand over toward the waist as close as you can get it. Torso is straight. Left shoulder down. Right arm comes up. Send it back. Fingertips behind you. And turn your belly button to the right. Keep the left shoulder low. Stay here with the body. Just release the left arm. Take it across your body. Left hand grabs the top of the right thigh. Twist some more by pushing into that hand. Can you put a big, deep belly breath in here? Try it. Also notice with twists where if you do deep belly breaths, with the exhale, you can often get a little bit more twist at the end of it. Try it. And bring it back to center. All right, back to table. Curl your toes. Spread those fingers apart, press into the palms, lift the hips up, send them up and back as you drop your heels, and come into down dog position. All right. Left foot comes in a bit. Right leg lifts up. Press that heel toward the ceiling. Flex it. Open the right toes. Come on and spread them apart. Turn the hips to the right. Press more deeply into your left hand. And oh, feel the left inner thigh open with this. Lift the right ankle a little closer to the ceiling here. Turn your torso so you're facing the mat. Hips are facing the mat. Press deeply into both palms. Glide your torso forward. Stop when the shoulders are over your wrists. The right leg still lifted, everyone. Lift your belly. Bend your right knee. Send it behind your right elbow, and then press it back again. Straighten, bend. Now, those of you who find this a bit too much, do something else. No problem. You can even go back into cat and cow if you wanted to, or just hang out in down dog. Walk your dog, wag the tail. Send the right foot next to the left. Now lift the left foot. Left leg is nice and straight and strong. Lift your belly. Bend your knee. Left elbow. Straighten. Left elbow. So try not to move the torso, just the leg. Try to keep the torso put. One more on the left side. And the left foot comes down. And lift up, down dog. And lift your left leg. Flex the heel. Turn your hips to the left. Press more firmly into your right hand. Keep that right shoulder open. Lift your ankle a little higher to the ceiling. Now turn your hips to the mat. Drop your left foot and look forward. Send your right foot between your hands. All right. Remember I talked about the basic architecture is your bones, your skeleton. Basic architecture, knee over the ankle. You guys know that by now. Now look down at your feet. Lift all 10 toes. Now spread them apart. Now place them down into the mat. Okay, shimmy your left toes back. You want your left leg as long as you can make it, and it's nice and straight. Now squeeze the left butt cheek, and you're going to notice the top of the thigh gets a nice squeeze too. Press firmly into the right foot, straighten that leg, drop the left heel, walk your hands back, fingertips facing forward. Bend your elbows back, forehead to the shin, and feel those hamstrings beneath you. Press the left heel back, get the shins, the calves on the left side. Okay, walk it forward. Right knee comes over the ankle, drop the left, top of the left foot. Take your right hand closer to your left foot, no, right foot, I'm sorry. Reach forward with your left arm and press your hips forward. You're going to feel this in the hip flexor, even here. Now lift that arm and turn your torso. Now, if you want more, you can kick up that back leg. Look for the top of the foot or the ankle and pull it in toward you. That's just an add-on. It's a challenge. Release that if you have it. Everyone spin out of this. Take the left fingertips to the ground. Straighten the right leg. Dig that heel in. Right toes come to the ceiling. Walk your hands back as your hips come back toward the left heel. And then bend your elbows and drop over that leg. Gently walk it forward again. Place that right foot into the mat. Curl your toes behind you. Lift that leg. Listen up. Walk your hands to the inside of the left foot and then over to the left side of your mat. Spin your right foot toward the left side of your mat and your right and your left. I'm basically bringing you into an inversion. Then come on upside down here and experience your body upside down. Press into the outer edges of both feet. Press your palms into the ground as you lift your body. Walk forward. Let's do a wide dog here. Drop between the biceps. Press back. Glide forward again. Walk your hands back. Look at that right foot. Turn it so the toes are facing the front of your mat again. Look at the left foot. Turn them in about 45 degrees. Come forward. Now look at that back foot. You might want to hop it a little bit forward. You may want to move that right foot to the side because we're making a base for warrior. Come on up, warrior one. All right. Shoulders, I'm going to face you. All right, we're in warrior one. Okay, left arm comes down. Well, we're going to do eagle arms. That's going to help. Left arm under the right, wrap them up. Tops of the hands touch or the palms. Keep the elbows low, keep the shoulders low. Press them into one another. Okay, draw your navel back, and if you want to, you can bend that back leg a little bit. Take your hands to your forehead, and then lift your elbows toward the ceiling. This is going to give you a nice back bend. Lift the chest to the ceiling. Bring it back. And now press into the edge of that back foot. Reach your heart out in front of you. Keep the eagle arms. Now drop down. Drop those eagle arms down towards your feet. And come up again. And unwind this. Bring the arms out to the side and then up. Right arm comes forward, take it to the inside of the right leg, press them into one another, draw the left arm back, you're still looking forward, press into the outer edge of the back foot. Okay, now turn your torso to the left, open the right arm, turn your head, look over the middle finger, stretch out through both arms, pull your navel back, and push into both of your feet. Rotate the right palm up, lose that left arm, make it soft, let it just fall. Right arm comes over, there's your right rib cage. Why not breathe into it? Back to warrior two. And back to warrior one. Now begin to just send the arms back nice and relaxed. Let the elbows bend. Okay, the arms can kind of crisscross in front of you, right? So the right arm can come a little to the left, just whatever feels good for those shoulders. Now take a front stroke. Okay, so it's not about the arms here, it's about the shoulders. Just like the legs were limp when we picked it up with the hips, the arms are limp. We're just moving them around in their shoulder joints. All right, warrior one again. Now, turn to the left side of your mat. I'm sorry, that's an awkward way to do it. Open the arms to the side. Now turn toward the side of your mat like you did when you inverted, okay? Go to the same place you did when you inverted. Take your heels in, toes out, bend your knees, and sit deeply. Palms are facing forward. Draw your navel back. Okay, I'm going to push a big, gigantic beach ball into the front of your body. You're going to hug it. Hug it. Oh, look how the back comes in a nice curve to make room for that ball. Drop your forehead into it. Squeeze it. Sit a little deeper. Drop your head. Release your neck. Inner thighs are working. Turn your palms away from you. Bend your elbows. I'm putting that ball into your back body now. So now your front body rounds. You press your elbows into it, and you let the back of your head drop into that ball. Squeeze it, squeeze it. Now to the front. Now to the back. Almost like a standing cat and cow, right? Front, back. I mean, definitely the spine is doing cat and cow. Front, now bring it out to the side. Okay, now get wide with the legs. Soften the shoulders, lift the heart, press into the feet, sit a little lower. Okay, so we're going to take the right arm, swing it in front of us, and then over our head. Left arm down and over. Right, down and over. So you're not, you know what, it doesn't matter what direction.
Okay, as long as you're making 2 big circles in front of you with your arms. Kind of hard to coordinate, right, with me. Just do your own thing. Okay, now begin to take the arms back when they come to the sides and kind of move your torso and open your waist. So you're getting a bigger movement in the arms, bigger range of motion in the shoulders. Breathe. Nice. All right. Come back into warrior one. So turn it, readjust your footing. Come down. We're going to come down into pigeon pose here. So send your left leg back nice and straight. After, of course, you bend that front leg. Should have mentioned that first. And then you level your hips. And then you drop down. All right. Perfect. Perfect pose to explore your inner universe, right? Perfect pose because you're turned toward the earth, which naturally brings you inside. It naturally makes you introspective. So get inside. Take a look at your universe. What does it feel like? Where do you feel things the most? Stay there. Give that some breath. And then, of course, there's the mind release. And lift it up. Palms on either side of your mat. Curl those back toes, lift the knees, squeeze the butt cheeks, push into the hands and lift the chest. Send the right leg back. Now take the knees to the ground. Pick up the feet. So basically you come into a half plank pose. Now for this one, you want the hands to be a little wider than shoulders and a little in front of the shoulders. All right, draw the navel up. Think about keeping, think about keeping a really straight back. Think about it as a yardstick, okay? You just want to keep that yardstick nice and straight. Bend the elbow straight back, not to the sides. Pull the navel up. Come on and pull it up. Pull it up. Draw those elbows in. There's the shoulder strength. Now straighten again. Slow is good for this, everyone. Bend the elbow straight back. Draw them towards center. Keep the belly lifted. Bring it up again. Again, back. And lift. Let's do it one more time. Bring it down. And lift. Nice. Uncross your feet. Curl your toes. Walk your knees forward a bit. Lift the hips. Look for your dog. All right. Lose everything that we did before this. Be right here with your breath, with this position of your body. Soften the back of your neck and press your chest up and back. Drop your heels, push forward into the hands. Right foot comes in a little bit. Lift the left leg, look forward. Take the left foot forward this time between your hands. All right. Press deeply, deeply into that left foot. And then send the right toes way back. Make that leg as long as you can back there, and then squeeze your right butt cheek. Now press the heel back, still keeping the leg completely straight. There's the calf muscles. Now, straighten the left knee slowly. That draws your hips back. You're going to need to walk your hands back. Okay, get them under your shoulders, fingers facing forward. Bend the elbows back, drop your forehead toward your shin. And now you get the hamstrings on the left side here beneath you. Bend the knee until it's over the ankle here. Drop the right knee softly, the tops of the foot softly. Okay. Bring your left hand close to your left foot. Reach forward with your right arm and push your right and left hips forward. Right hip flexor, everyone. Draw your navel toward your spine. Now lift the arm and turn, rotate here. If this is too much for you, just stay where you were at. If you want even more, kick up that back foot, grab a hold of the ankle or the foot, bend the elbow, and then you get a huge quad stretch, front of the right thigh. Release it. Everyone, take your right fingertips to the ground in front of you, so you're facing forward. You unrotated here. Okay, dig deeply into the left sole of the foot, straighten that knee, dig your heel in, take your toes up to the ceiling, push the back of that leg toward the ground, move your hands back, bend and come down with the torso. Drop your forehead. Okay, walk it forward. Stop when the knee is over the ankle. Okay, lift that right knee, turn that right foot out, and come on up to warrior one. If you need to separate the feet to widen the tracks, do that. All right, now we're going to bring the right arm under the left for eagle arms. Right arm under the left, wrap them, tops of the hands together or the palms, it's up to you. Keep the elbows and the shoulders long, but squeeze those arms together. Definitely going to feel this in the shoulders and across the upper back. Draw your navel back. Take your hands to your forehead. Now lift your chest and your elbows to the ceiling. You can bend that back knee if that helps. That's okay. That's fine. And as you're coming up and back, you may be able to take your hips forward a little bit. Okay, bring it back to center. Those of you who want more, and it's a bit of a challenge, okay, come forward, bring your heart forward, and then drop your arms to the insides of your legs. Then come up again, unwind. All right, backstroke. Easy, yeah, easy. So with this one, you don't want to get hung up on form. Really, just feel those shoulders. What feels good? How can you move the arms in a way, in a circular motion where the shoulders feel good? Reverse, make it front stroke now. All right, both arms come up. Left arm comes forward. Left hand drops to the inside of the left thigh. Press them into one another. Come on, really press that inner thigh. Feel it. Now, you're still looking forward. Simply bring the right arm back with the palm down. So torso is still more or less facing forward. It's got to shift a little to do this. Now shift the torso more to the right. Release the left arm, and you're in a full warrior two here. Drop the shoulders, but lift from the crown of the head. Pull your navel back. Watch your left palm turn up toward the ceiling. Now up and overhead as you lose that right arm behind you. Now you get to breathe into the left rib cage. back to warrior two, then warrior one. Here we go. Bring it forward, coming down into pigeon pose. Left thigh. Keep in mind that right leg should go straight back. It shouldn't be turned out to the right or to the left. Okay, level those hips as well as you can. And then drop your weights down. And curl the back toes, palms into the sides of your mat. Press them, separate those fingers, use the entire hand. Okay, lift that back knee, squeeze the right butt cheek, lift the chest, the torso, send the left leg back. Nice. Bring it to down dog again. Inhale, exhale. Step it to the center of your mat. Bend your knees. And just send your butt way back, way, way, way back, like you're going to go into a chair. But then you just melt your torso into your thighs, drop your head. Release your arms wherever. Now listen, you can use the weight of your arms to separate those wing bones and open your upper back. Bend the elbows to the side a little bit and just really feel the weight of your arms separating your upper back. Now release the head completely. Now slide your hands under your feet, palms up for gorilla pose. Press your toes firmly into the heels of your palms. Bend your elbows to the sides and drop down again. Release your hands from under your feet. Swing your arms back. Come on up. Inhale. Okay, hip hinge. Exhale. Monkey pose, extend. Oh, yeah. Backs of the legs, lift your belly, bend your right knee, take your right fingertips into the ground, lift your left arm and your left sitting bone to open up the back of your left leg. Switch sides. Left hand down, left knee bent, right leg straight, right arm up. Oh, yeah, lift the belly. Bring it back to center. Bend the knees. Here we go. Ready to waterfall. Swish back and up. Here's where we fall. Remember, knees are bent. One more and stay down. Okay, nice. Bring your feet in a stance that's going to work for Tadasana, for your standing mountain pose. Drop your head, bend your elbows, clasp opposite elbows with your hands. Oh, feel that nice release in the upper back. And then just kind of take your trunk side to side here, little elephant swinging. Hips stay facing forward. Don't move the hips, just the torso. Relax the head, the neck. Release the arms and roll up slowly. Find your Tadasana pose at the top. Pay special attention. Okay, so now in Tadasana, There's 3 things you want to line up. You want, if you did like a plumb line, you want your shoulders, your hips, and your heels to be in alignment, right? So we don't, watch me, I'm going to come forward. I'm going to come forward a little less, little less. But this is where it is. It could, when you have all the weight in your heels like this, you should be able to pick up your toes. Like push down on the balls of your feet and pick up your toes because the weight's in the heels. Now send the toes down. Okay, now bring the arms up and overhead. Nice Namaste Mudra right above your crown. Feel the stretch in your body. And then bring your mudra to your heart. And then your forehead to your fingertips. And release. All right, bring it down to the ground. Belly down, front body facing the earth. And crocodile. Relax. Feet are toed in. All right. Bring your elbows under your shoulders and your palms down. Sphinx pose. Push deeply into your palms, into your arms, into your elbows. Now, push your heart forward. Can you tell that's a lower back strengthener? Now release this and drop your head. Release your lower back. Again, Sphinx pose. Press down into your arms first. Press your chest forward next. Feel it in the lower back. Isometric, right? And release. All right. Bring it down again. Palms chest level. Preparing for cobra pose. Feet are toed in. All right. Check out that your neck is in alignment with the rest of your spine. Okay, so the chin is tucked in a bit. You're looking straight down at your mat. Lift your pubic bone, round it to your belly. Hold it, hold it. Feel the lower back open. Drop it down. Get those elbows pulled in close to your body. And then press them down towards your feet. Feel the tops of your toenails pressing into the mat or to the ground. And just peel your front body from the ground. Push into your hands as little as possible. Recruit those back muscles to do the work. Cobra or possibly up into a back bend for some of you. And then coming down just as slowly as you came up, drawing those elbows in, keeping the shoulders down, using the back muscles, pressing into the hands very little. Forehead to your mat. One more time. Nice and strong through the back. And bring it down again, slowly. And after you kiss your forehead to your mat, turn your head to one side, bring your arms to the side, palms up. Really drop into that cheekbone, okay? With the intention of releasing the neck muscles. Now listen, most of us have one side, we turn the head that's much more comfortable than the other. Right? So the side that's less comfortable is going to be a little more challenging. Now turn your head to the other side slowly. Don't rush. And then bring your head back to center. Push up into table. A real table. Don't skip this table. Spread the fingers apart, press into the palms, lift the belly, press into the tops of the toes. Why not? Now round your tail. See how the belly tucks up to do that? And then slowly bring yourself back. And as you're coming back, follow the stretch in the spine from the lower back all the way up. It's a subtle, easy stretch, but it goes all the way up the spine. And then roll into your child's pose, fall into it. Take a few more breaths there. And if you are doing a Shavasana practice tonight, you can roll it over to Shavasana onto your back. You know what I was thinking, Gail, you're here. I bet you do know what Shavasana is, but just in case you don't, I'm going to show you. Open legs, open arms, like you really spread it open, palms up, and the feet are toed out. And then you wiggle your chin to your chest. Okay, corpse pose, dead man's pose. We could call it a dead woman's pose. All right. All right, so here we go. Notice how much easier it is to get into your universe, to get into you, right? To really be in your body. How much easier it is now compared to the beginning of practice. See, yoga's made for this. Yoga is made for being able to get yourself in a place where relaxation, meditation, all that is much easier. All right, the only thing you have to deal with is the mind, right? All those thoughts that pop in, kind of take you away from it. That's okay. That's normal. That's being a human. Anytime you have those thoughts, any thoughts, just notice the thought. Don't judge it. Don't say, oh, that was weird, or that's terrible, or that's great. No, it's just a thought. Don't attach any value to it, any judgment to it. Just notice it and let it go. Get back into your body, relaxing. So just take this journey one breath at a time. So it's more of an unfolding than a getting from A to Z, right? So I think a really beautiful visual that we can use, especially now that it's spring, is one of a flower opening. So let's do it. So first, let your body relax. Let your back body drop more deeply into the floor, toward the earth. Let gravity just take you. Scan your body, any areas that may be holding tension. Give them some awareness, give that part some awareness. As soon as you begin observing, giving it attention, it starts releasing. It's kind of a crazy and wonderful thing. And then if you want to bump it up, you can send some prana, some of your breath to that area. So just feel your body opening up as you relax more deeply with each breath. All right, so use the power of your imagination, your mind's eye, and imagine a flower, whatever flower you want to. Right now, the flower is closed. It's a bud.
All right. Take it to your heart center. Hold it there. See it there. Okay. You can just sense its potential. It just wants to open. Right. You can feel that. Slowly. Just watch that flower blossom one petal at a time, opening up, bending back, unfolding. And as your flower begins to open, allow the heart to open with it. You can even use your breath. Inhale, exhale, opening a little more. Okay, and once you have your flower opened, if you do already, just keep it at your heart and just keep opening your heart. Just a softening and unfolding and an opening of the heart. And now simply go back to your body. Feel your entire body. Notice the position that your body is in. And as if you're standing over your body, looking down at yourself, just notice the peaceful expression on your face. Notice the position of your body resting. Now take your awareness back inside your body. Notice all the sensations, the feelings, the energy that resides within you. Now go back to your heart center and with your mind's eye, with your imagination again, see yourself seated right at the center of your heart. Right at the center of your heart. All right. And now, all around you, flowers are blooming all around you. That same flower that you opened, there's many more surrounding you. And really feel the beauty that you are. And if in your Shavasana practice tonight, you would like to put a prayer, an intention, or a sankalpa within it,
can do that now. And if you still want to use your visual, you can take that seed in the palm of your hand. You can look at it and you can feel how precious it is. And with your next exhale, you can release it. Just blow it off your palm. Let it go. Go back to simply being a body, breathing. Perfect right now, where you need to be at this moment. Slowly making your transition. And when you're ready, gently roll to one side. Very slowly bringing yourself to seated pose. And once you're in seated pose, closing your eyes. Again, experience the universe that you are. Arms out to the sides, palms up. Inhale overhead. Exhale, bring your mudra to your heart. Namaste. All right. A big thank you to everyone who showed up on this gorgeous day. I am not going to do live stream during the summer. I'll start up again in September, maybe even at the end of August, I'll start. But remember, we have yoga in the park. And hopefully you guys are open to coming to that. So if you're on the email list, I'll send emails about that. And for those of you who don't know, they just kind of are pop up. Like it's like, okay, here's one, here's one. And as long as the weather is nice, we can do that. So that's it. And then I'll start live streaming again. Yeah, I'm glad it was recorded too. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.